Colts get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Tucker McCann's got it set up and ready to go. And we are underway from Indianapolis. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. There goes Green. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out of practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
On second and goal, Newton. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. McCann's got it teed up. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Now on second and 13, Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And all the way down to the 29. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 of the 24.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
That's going to be a good matchup for him. Using him out in the backfield and telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 40-yard line.
Newton now to throw. He's got Granson over the middle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Newton. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Jaron Reed able to get him for a loss of about 3. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
This will be swung out wide for Taylor. Touchdown, Colts! Cam Newton now with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. McCann's got it teed up. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Open man is Antonio Gandy Golden. 7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at their 48-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Butker on for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return is Hines. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And every defensive team that we talk to, They spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Newton. And he finds Penny. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd.
They fake the give. Newton. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Looking for Campbell downfield, and unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Colts send out their punter. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught?
Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. These two teams all tied after 1.
The score tied 14-14.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. Man open is Robinson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. Now here's Mahomes. The 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 21-14.
Colts 14. Harrison Butker.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. From the gun, it's Taylor. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Escaping the pressure right. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. DeMarcus Robinson. Butker now to add the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Chiefs 28, Colts 14. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Watch tight end. Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Hey!
To throw again on second down. Newton. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Again, Newton. To the right side and into the hands of the tight end, Granson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Chiefs 30.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. McCann's got it teed up. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give the receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Throw left side here complete to Campbell. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 29, 2 short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here. In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Demarcus Robinson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Mike Hughes came crashing in that time, got the sack.
Brings up second down.
After the sack on first down, Newton. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long. As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. Third down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Harrison Butker, the kickoff for Kansas City.
The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Pulls it in at the 13. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
At the 21-yard line.
Here's second and 10. To throw is Newton. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Flush to his right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open?
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And going deep for Hill. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will extend this big lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return is Hines. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go,
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. Well, this has been a bit of a tough game to figure out when it comes to him throwing the football. He's got the 3 touchdown passes, but now, Charles, this is a third interception.
And those aren't really numbers that you'd like to see balance out. In a normal ledger sheet, if you can balance everything, you feel good about your day. But as a quarterback, you need your ratio to be more like 3 touchdown passes to 1 interception.
There to stop him was Darius Leonard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 21-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Grover Stewart coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now Mahomes. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 15. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased.
And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Chiefs 58, Colts 21. Harrison Butker to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. 1st
and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And powering through at the 35. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 58 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
At the 33-yard line.
Now Newton on 1st down. That is incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance. The passing game's off.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
58's the mic, 58. 58's the mic. You can't block me. You can't block me. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go, 58's the mic. I'm coming. 15. I'm coming. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58.
Mahomes now to throw.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up. On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. They're going deep for Hill. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd.